up first. There we go. And then let me hit the live button and then I'll let you guys know. It's preparing the stream. There we go. I think we are live here in a second. It's always a delay. Okay, we're live. All right. So I will start. So my name is Naveen Bansal with Small Biz Cares. I'm executive director and founder. Small Biz Cares, what we're all about is about engaging the small business community for philanthropy and impact. And this session, we're coming live to you today to talk about our upcoming Nonprofit Appreciation Week, which starts on November 15th. And we have on this session, on this live event, we have a number of our partners and sponsors here to kind of share more about their organizations, why they're involved in the week, and all the different things that we have going on for folks to get involved. So I'm going to share my screen here in a second to kind of go over our event page and kind of what we have going on. But really what we hope that everybody gets out of this session is an understanding of kind of what the week's all about, why we're having a Nonprofit Appreciation Week, and then how to also get involved. There's several different ways that you can get involved, and we'll go over some of that as well. And so, and then like I said, we'll introduce some of the folks that are involved. I also wanted to start off also by introducing Taylor Slovak, who is our Director of Membership and Programs. She joined us, has it been 2.5 months or so now? How long has it been?
Yep. About that time.
So Taylor's kind of taking the lead and kind of engaging, our partner sponsors, our nonprofit community, our small businesses in a lot of our programs. And so you'll hear from Taylor here in a little bit as she talks more about some of the different things that we have going on. All right. So with that, I will share my screen here. And here we go. All right. So everybody can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
So this is our smallbizcares.org website. So if you ever want to check out Small Biz Cares, just go to smallbizcares.org. I mentioned before our kind of mission. So our official mission is to connect, mobilize, and inspire small businesses to make a lasting impact on our community. When you look at Small Biz Cares, if we're successful, what we're able to do is really inspire more and more small businesses to really get engaged, get involved, and consistently make a difference in supporting nonprofits and the broader community. We started 3 years ago, so we're ending our third year here in a little bit, and throughout the life of Small Biz Cares, we've been able to really engage hundreds of businesses in our programs, raise tens of thousands of dollars for education and other nonprofits. I think we've held over 50 different events throughout the last few years that are around volunteering, fundraising, community building, those kind of things. So definitely for those that are on this, watching this Zoom, this live stream, if you ever want to get involved in a different way and you aren't involved now, definitely reach out to us. Just go to our website. You can fill out a contact form or just email us at columbus@smallbizcares.org and you can get involved that way. All right. Our nonprofit week is on our news and events page. So if you go there, you'll see this, this event page. And so this is the event page for nonprofit week. We have really 3 main ways to get involved. The first is we have a giving page that'll be published soon, right, Taylor? Is that kind of in the works?
It is. It absolutely will be.
All right, awesome. So giving page, we have a number of nonprofit partners that are in our nonprofit partner program, as well as the nonprofits that are being featured in the week. And you can go on that page anytime during the week, make a donation to those nonprofits. And so that's a really easy way to get involved, and every dollar counts. As any organization will tell you, every dollar counts. And so that's the first way. The second way is connecting through our virtual panels, which I'll talk about here in a second. Throughout the week of November 15th, we have 4 different panels that'll feature Central Ohio nonprofit leaders. And so that's the second way you can get involved. It's really checking out those panels, getting to know those leaders and what those organizations are doing in our community. Those panels will also give folks an opportunity to network with each other. we mentioned Borja Virtual is doing our virtual events, which allows us to have some networking time virtually on those events. And so you get a chance to hear from local leaders, meet other professionals, business owners, and other folks in the community that are socially conscious, like-minded, that really, love the idea of giving back. And so it's a great way to kind of get that awareness and also meet new people. And the third way is a walkathon. Taylor and Stephen Swift, who are on the call, will go over how that works. But we have a walkathon to support a really awesome initiative called Thunder Bridge. And so that was something that we'll talk about more in a little bit here as well. Our presenting partner is the Better Business Bureau. And we have Melissa Rogner on the call as well. I'll bring her up here in a second. But Better Business Bureau, this is our second year doing Nonprofit Appreciation Week. The Better Business Bureau has been our presenting partner for both initiatives. And we obviously know how valuable it is to have them as a partner, given such an impact that they make in the community, and also all the work they do to support nonprofits. And so I know Melissa will share some of that here in a second. The last thing I'm going to talk about here is, before we go over to Melissa from the Better Business Bureau, is the panels. And so I mentioned 4 different panels. We have on Monday, Empowering Youth, which will share different nonprofits that are going to be, that really strive to inspire and empower our younger people to get involved in the community. I personally have twin girls that are 6. And, one of the panels here, Seeds of Caring, that's an organization that we volunteer with. My girls volunteer and do some things. And it's really cool that we can do that and, kind of instilling the idea of giving back at a younger age. Hopefully that's a lifelong thing that they can do. So we'll hear from some really awesome organizations doing that. On Tuesday, Building Opportunity. We have organizations that support education initiatives, workforce initiatives, really helping, we know how important it is for our economy and our community for folks to be able to have better opportunities to grow professionally, have a fulfilling, career, education, all that. So that's what we'll talk about there. On Wednesday, we don't have a panel because Wednesday is a big event, the Torch Awards by the Better Business Bureau, which will be, I believe it's 12 to 1 as well. That'll be on NBC. Is that right, Melissa? NBC?
Yes.
I want to get it right. Okay, cool. So that'll be on NBC on Wednesday at 12 to 1. So we encourage folks to definitely join, check that out to see some awesome companies recognized for both the Torch Awards and the Spark Awards on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have a panel on creating equity. And we have local leaders that are talking about how can we really strive to build a more equitable community and society. And then finally on Friday, Bridging the Gap. Really focuses on health and human services, issues that, hopefully help our community really strive to fight hunger, poverty, other issues that really, many communities face. And so we have some awesome people from local nonprofits on that panel. So that is really the rundown of the 4 main events. Like I said, during each event, you'll have some time to hear from the panelists, ask questions, network with each other and all that. So did I miss anything, Taylor? No?
I think that's it for our panels, but our walkathon too.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to stop my screen share here. All right, and I'm going to throw it over to Melissa Rogner, who's the VP of Marketing at the Better Business Bureau of Central Ohio, to share more about the Better Business Bureau and their involvement in the week. So Melissa, you want to take it away?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Naveen. Well, the Better Business Bureau has been around for 100 years, obviously advancing businesses and nonprofits to be more to build trust in the community. So this event with Small Biz Cares and Nonprofit Appreciation Week aligns directly with how we want to continue to work with the community and work with nonprofit partners to help them to continue to build trust and really offer resources and tools so that nonprofit organizations as well as businesses can have those resources to work on how they can build trust and continue to keep trust. So, we're proud of this event and we're proud of how it truly aligns with how we want to advance with our partners as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. appreciate that. And like I said, the Better Business Bureau, not only with this event, but with a lot of the work around Small Biz Cares, has been a really strong partner for us, which we definitely appreciate. For a younger organization like Small Biz Cares to have the strength of the Better Business Bureau supporting our work is really awesome. So thank you so much. Next, I will introduce one of our leading sponsors is AHOLA HR and Payroll, AHOLA Corporation, HR and Payroll, and Christy Ernst from AHOLA, who leads the Columbus office, right?
Yes.
All right, awesome.
Yes, that is correct.
Welcome, Christy, and love to hear more about AHOLA, why you're involved, and all that, whatever you want to share there.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be a part of this week. AHOLA is a family-owned business, been in Ohio for 54 years. Really supporting, we're third generation. We're really active in the community, excited to be in the Central Ohio market. We're here really to empower organizations, and we see nonprofits in Ohio growing and thriving. That's part of our core mission. So being a small business ourselves, we're really proud to partner with Small Biz Cares and the Nonprofit Appreciation Week, really helping to create a platform for small businesses so we can have noticeable impact on the community. So really excited to be here, really excited about this week, and happy to be in the Columbus, Ohio market.
Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it. I think Taylor, I'll shift it over to you, right? I think to introduce one of our other sponsors.
I don't think Stephen Moore was able to join us today, but we're super grateful for the Columbus Foundation support. As many of you know, Columbus Foundation is very much integrated into the nonprofit community and supporting our local nonprofits, and we're excited to have them on board for this event. So also, our other Stephen, hello, Stephen Swift. You are with Nationwide Children's Hospital and on the Future 50 team that is behind our Walkathon beneficiary project, Fund a Fridge. So we're super excited to have you on today. And I wanted to kind of give you a few minutes to just talk about a little bit about your group, what you all do, and really how the Fund a Fridge project came to fruition.
Great. Well, thanks, Naveen and Taylor, for this, and everyone else on this preview. Appreciate your time and interest in helping, further make our community a better place to live for everyone. So my name is Steve Swift. I was part of the 2021 Columbus CEO Future 50 cohort. And within that group, if you're not familiar, it's broken up into like 3 or 4 different projects, and each of the 50 folks get to choose a project that best aligns with their passions and their goals with helping the community. So it was a tough decision, but I went with the food access, as I think we all could agree that not just as a city or as a metro area, but as a country, we have a food access issue, which doesn't make a lot of sense being we're the richest country in the world. But I'll get off that soapbox and just say what we're doing to help bring that access to the folks of Central Ohio. So what we did was there's 11 of us on this subgroup working, pretty much weekly on bringing this idea to fruition. And what that idea is putting stations, I'll leave it at stations for now, and I'll explain more what a station is. Leaving stations or setting up stations around the community that we partner with site partnerships. So these are like companies or private property owners around the city. Has to be a commercial or an industrial type of it cannot be residential property, but it's easily accessible by everyone, where we will place these refrigerators in a housed environment. So, think of kind of like a covered, structure that would protect the refrigerator from most elements. And then getting with either private partners or other nonprofit partners to stock and manage those refrigerators on a regular basis. So if you're not already familiar, there's already a model that's very similar around, you'll find it prominently in like the south, the west areas of Columbus. And they're like the little, we've all heard, I think, the little libraries. These are modeled after the little like food pantries. And really what it is, it's a contained, cabinet that's, available for anyone if they want to drop off like non-perishable items. So like if you have an excess of, your child doesn't want to eat macaroni and cheese, which that would be amazing, then you got this abundance of macaroni and cheese, and you can go around and stock these little food pantries. Well, this one's electronic. So the food access fridge is, it's got to have an electric outlet, so it has to be provided by power. And what the idea around this is that when folks get access to to produce, to healthy foods, perishable items, they can stock these fridges. So ideally, we want partners that can manage these fridge on a regular basis, check on them on a continual basis. If they need cleaned or if they need maintenance or whatever, provide that type of management, and then folks to supply these fridges with the fresh produce on a regular basis. And what this does, and this is where it's different than a food pantry, when you think about either like a child line, a food line somewhere around the inner city, or a food pantry in general, those typically are stocked by salaried or paid staff. Many are also doing volunteer work, but they have hours of operations, which are typically during the day. And what we found, especially in the last 20 months, with the pandemic, what that exposed is that, there was already a healthy food disparity in Central Ohio, but with the pandemic, it made that disparity even more, great, so folks, whether they weren't working, they weren't receiving any source of income, were really hard on their luck. And these are folks that maybe you wouldn't expect that would, be faced with the situation. So, there's a bit of, the word's not coming to me, but, folks that are just embarrassed. There's a stigma associated with, food depravity. So folks that, maybe well off or, going through a rough patch, or just even folks that in general have gone through a rough patch, there's a stigma associated with them needing something. So what this provides is a 24-hour access to healthy foods that they can access anytime they need. So if they're working 2 jobs and they, maybe get off at a late hour, they can go to one of these food access refrigerators and pull stuff that they need, that they can fix for themselves or their family, with their own discretion and under the privacy of not being high profile. So, our goal with this is to take these units live in multiple areas of our city. We've already identified healthy food deserts. We worked with 2015 FDA data identifying metro areas with the least access to healthy foods. So these are areas that don't have access to grocery stores, markets, anything other than just a carry out, and there's quite a few of them. It's pretty staggering here in our city. So we identified those areas as kind of like our target areas for our project. And right now we're working in Franklinton and in the south area, south end, right down by Reeb, if you're familiar with that area down there, on kicking off our program. We've got great partners with the Franklin Development Association, Franklinton Development Association, and the Franklin Board of Trade have been fantastic partners so far. We have the Reeb Avenue Community Center, which has also been a great partner so far. We also have the Star House, which hopefully you're familiar with the Star House and the great work they're doing for homeless youth in the city. They've also been a very strong partner with us on the northeast side and in the west side, just outside of Franklinton, the Hilltop, with their new Carol Stewart program. So we haven't gone live with anything yet, but what we need is funds. I'll just say everyone in this kind of position, needs funds, but we need funds to help purchase the resources, the materials to build the containments for these refrigerators, because due to city code, and city code has been a major hurdle. Maybe you're aware that city is going to start reviewing a lot of the code in Columbus that has not been reviewed in over 60 years. As you can imagine, a lot of that stuff does not apply to today's needs of our community. So that's great news, but until then, we still have to deal with the current codes. So we have to build these units around the actual refrigerators to help protect them. And there's various other things that we're working with the city, working with property owners to make sure that we're in compliance. And we're providing people with an easy access, but also a safe resource for food. Obviously, there's a myriad of different things that you can imagine that could happen to a container that's out accessible to the public, and what folks could do. But we're working hard with our partners to make sure that those are mitigated and really not even an option. So our partners right now, we're looking for our stocking partners, folks that can commit to stocking these units on a regular basis, and managing the upkeep, the cleanliness of these units. We're also looking for folks that could potentially, like nonprofit groups, that could come in and take ownership of specific units. Like if they have an area of focus in a city and they say, well, we wouldn't mind to take ownership of these 2 units because they fall within that area. We would love to talk with those folks and talk about how we could partner and they could take over ownership, because one of the things that we found is like, having an insurance, a program that covers those units is going to be, good frame of mind for folks to keep that peace of mind, and protect themselves from anything that could go adversely with these units. More site partners. We haven't really covered the north side. So we have the northeast side, which is down in like the southern Linden area. But, when you think about, if you go like counterclockwise all the way to the hilltop, we don't have that area covered. So if there's folks that know there's a need in those areas, which we know there is, based on the FDA data that we've examined, we'd like to get in touch with those folks that would like to scale this to those areas. Yeah, and just word of mouth, notice, just helping share this story. I think there's like insurmountable good that can come from this program, versus the few little negative things that I brought up just for transparency purposes. We're looking forward to really scaling this across our city. Just if it helps a few people, then that's more people that didn't have access to this type of thing. So in our books, that's a huge win. And this, with the partnerships that we are building around this program and the enthusiasm that we've received from potential and existing partners, I'm pretty confident this is going to take off, and we're really excited to get more and more people, on board with this program to help support its sustainability.
That's really wonderful, Stephen. I know we're really excited to support you guys. And when, I remember when we first connected, your team had mentioned that, the idea of a community refrigerator is not a new concept. It's something that most major metropolitan cities have throughout the US. So I'm really hopeful and excited. We want to do everything we can to support you guys so that we can make sure that your project, not only is sustainable and lasting, but it's something that we can grow throughout the city. So in terms of our walkathon, our goal is to raise $2,500, which, Stephen, isn't that that's roughly the cost of one fridge site, correct? For building it out, all the structure that's required and everything it needs.
That's correct.
And we just launched the walkathon page a few days ago, and I'm excited to share that we have already reached over 20% of our goal. So good job, everybody. If you haven't already signed up for our walkathon, please do so. And Naveen, I accidentally skipped over Helen, so we can jump back over and I'll introduce Helen in a moment. And then after that, let's go ahead and walk through the walkathon page and what that looks like, if you'll help me by pulling that up in a minute.
You want me to pull it up after Ellen? You want to pull it up and share the screen? Okay.
That'd be great. So Helen, I want to thank you for joining us today. I know this is HW&Co's first time partnering with Small Biz Cares. We're super excited to have you guys on board. Helen, you are the director of your program, your HW Nonprofit Advisors. So if you want to talk a little bit about you all, what you do, and why you're supporting our event, it'd be great.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. Steve's going to be a tough story to follow, but I'll try. So as Taylor said, I am the director of nonprofit services at the accounting firm, HW&Co. I'm also a healthcare consultant with them. That's probably my probably my primary job, I would say. For those of you that don't know, we have 5 offices that surround the Columbus and Cleveland areas. We are that traditional accounting firm. We do accounting, auditing, tax, but we do a lot more, and our tagline is, conversations that change everything. And I feel like it's in those conversations when you have that, you hear somebody say, we just want to get rid of a program. But then when you kind of dig deeper in, you find out oh, these are what the pain points are. And, and that's when we find out how we can really help our clients succeed. Our nonprofit group, we just realized early on that, nonprofits have all the challenges, the same challenges that a for-profit will, but they also have some extra ones, whether it's the government grants, government and grant funding, donor relations, and it's also the public perception that's out there. And so, we just try to have our nonprofit group programming, information sharing that will help nonprofit leadership. We do quarterly newsletters. We do weekly article posts out on social media, or close to weekly article posts. And we also have a nonprofit annual, it's usually been an annual event, which has gone national or virtual now these past 2 years. And it's, it's all just, as I said, all around sharing information to help nonprofit leadership. We are thrilled that we are invited and to be involved, to show our appreciation for the work that nonprofits are doing and support their efforts. It really goes beyond, the saying that, rising tides raise all ships, because there really just is something beautiful in, an organization and people in that organization that are, leaving their local community, and by extension, the world, a better place than where they found it. So, we're really excited about this group. I know some other major metropolitan areas have had for decades similar groups that connect the business world and the nonprofit world. And I felt like for years that it's been, a missing piece in Columbus, but no more. So thank you for the invitation, and we look forward to it.
Absolutely, Helen. Again, thanks for coming on board. I look forward to future opportunities to partner with you all as well. So Naveen, if you want to pop over to the walkathon page real quick, we can talk about how to sign up, what is a virtual walkathon, and how does that support Fund a Fridge. So we here you can go ahead, and if you've never participated in a walkathon, essentially it's very simple. You would just sign up. It's $25 to sign up, and all of that money goes straight over to the Fund a Fridge program. You would pledge your steps. You kind of commit to a goal, I know our Small Biz Cares team, we're committing to hitting our 10,000 steps a day goal every day of the week. I think Naveen will have no problem with that with his Orange Theory classes. And you can sign up as a team or individually. I think it would be great if we could see some more of our partners and local businesses getting their coworkers together. You can either walk together, you can walk solo, individually. But in terms of the fundraising piece, you're also going to go ahead and pledge a fundraising goal. I think I can't remember what our Small Biz Cares team pledged, but we also have individual pledges on how to help our team reach that goal. And from there, it's pretty easy. You just share your page and get to walking when it comes to 15, track your steps and share it and help crowdfund. And so if you wanted to join as a stepper, a walker, a supporter, you go over to Participant Center, that purple button over there on the left. And you can join individually. If your organization already has a team set, you can see them below, and there's an option to select your team. Yep, register to walk or create a team. And then once, if you were to click register to walk, you would have the opportunity to select your team. So you can either start a team if you think you can get your crew behind you. And even if not, if your crew's already there, once you go to individual, you can select your team and go from there. And then it's pretty simple. The website Rally Up is really great. It'll walk you through what happens next after you've registered. You'll have your own page that you can, that'll help you set up, and you'll be able to share your own page and your own goals and rally support for your cause. And we're really excited to kick things off on the 15th. So you can go ahead and start fundraising now. As you can see, our teams have already done a great job of starting to get the word out there and fundraise. But then on the 15th, that's when things will really ramp up, where we hope everyone will, send pictures, post things, what you're doing that day, how you're getting your steps in. We'll have some fun hashtags, Small Biz Cares and Nonprofit Week, to go ahead and keep that so we can all see it on social media. And this is just a great way to be able to support the Fund a Fridge project and stay healthy and active, within your own time frame. I know everybody's super busy right now, so this is a great way to kind of work around the clock in your own schedule to get your steps in and support the cause.
Yep, and I think, like Taylor mentioned, it's a great way to get involved. And I think for small businesses, for any business size, actually, it's a great team building effort, right? And so we definitely encourage those out there. If you work for a business and you're trying to figure out ways that you can give back and do something fun as a team, this is kind of a great way to do that, and just create your own team for your company and sign up. So, some folks, this is a new platform for them. So definitely, if you have any questions, Taylor is definitely the person to reach out to. She can help, get it all figured out for you and signed up. So there should be no excuse, right? If you want to get involved, we can help make it happen.
That's right. And I almost forgot, if you feel like you can't commit to steps or getting other people to help you reach your goals, you can just click that give button if you just want to donate directly and support the cause. That's another great way to support Fund a Fridge. And if you're not able to sign up, we still ask you to share the event and share all the fun stuff. So anyone else who is out there who wants to help out and hasn't heard the good word, will have that opportunity.
And Taylor, you don't have to do 10,000 steps, right? You can do like 1,000 if you really want, right? I mean, whatever you
Absolutely.
want to do. Yep. Because I know some people, 10,000 steps sounds kind of daunting, right? For
Yeah,
some
and I
folks.
think that was the goal behind doing more of a steps challenge walkathon, is we want to be conscientious to everyone's abilities, limitations, or your schedule. So if 10,000 sounds like a lot, you can select any goal of your own, and you could do that as a collective throughout the week or throughout the day. And we just wanted to make sure it was customizable and accessible for everybody. Naveen, I know, do we have Chris here? Oh, hey, Stephen, how are you?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm so glad you could join us.
Taylor,
Do you
glad to
wanna-
be here. Naveen, how are you?
Absolutely. Do you want to go ahead? Stephen, you're with the Columbus Foundation. I kind of gave you a quick intro earlier. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to join us. But so again, Stephen Moore is with the Columbus Foundation. Do you just want to talk for a little bit about, who the Columbus Foundation is, if for people who aren't familiar, and why you're supporting the event and supporting local nonprofits?
Well, we're very pleased to be supportive of the work here. We are the community foundation for Central Ohio. For over 75 years, we've been a charitable source for corporations, businesses, including small businesses, families and individuals, and nonprofits to support the causes they care about. While some folks might argue with me, I will say that in many ways, I think entrepreneurs and small businesses have been a key driver of philanthropy in Central Ohio. It's a very important for the city and for the region. So I think that's why we are supportive of this work. I think another thing that we're supportive of is, as you continue to do your work, we want to make sure that emerging businesses that are developed by underrepresented populations also have the ability to thrive and to give back into the community the same way so many other entrepreneurs have supported work through the Columbus Foundation. So again, very supportive of the effort, of what you're building, of the momentum and the leadership that you're taking. And I just want to encourage others to also use this platform and support your work.
Thanks, Stephen. That means a lot. And obviously, the work that you do, the Columbus Foundation does, is kind of it helps us, by taking the lead in our community for philanthropy. It really helps us. It strengthens the work that we do because it shows how important giving back is. And so I think that's super, super important. And then, obviously, we try to be as collaborative as possible. And so we do appreciate, just like we mentioned before, with everybody else on this call, having partners and supporters and other organizations and people that believe in what we're doing to make our community better is so important. So we definitely value that a lot.
Yep, and you raised a couple of issues that I think are really important. When we think about philanthropy, it's not just about the giving of treasure. It's about mobilizing individuals to volunteer, to work collaboratively together, and to use their time, talent, and treasure, if they have it, to make a difference. And that's another reason why this is so important, because entrepreneurs and small businesses have plenty of talent and can share that talent to support the causes they care about. You've talked about that in the past. And again, I find that to be such a refreshing message and so spot on, especially in times like this, when we really do need to be reconnected and learn to work together and have time to appreciate how we support things we care about.
Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate that. Taylor, do you want to take this the next step? Or I guess is it on me? I think it's on me, right? Yeah, it's on me. So no, thanks, Stephen. Real quick before we get into, we're going to introduce Chris Borja from Borja Virtual in a second here, but also wanted to kind of recognize another partner of ours, or a leading sponsor, is Columbus Young Professionals Club. Derek Grosso couldn't be on the call today, but they're obviously CYP Club has been a longstanding community organization here. I think the largest young professional organization in the country by total members. And they also have an arm called CYP Club Cares, which does a ton of community work. And I think, Derek's leadership and all the things that he's been doing, I think they've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the years for different organizations and done a ton of cool work. So we're excited to have CYP Club on board. Derek's going to be moderating, I believe, the Monday panel, right? One of the moderators from Monday's panel about empowering youth. And so definitely appreciate CYP Club involved as well. All right. Next, Borja Virtual. So Chris Borja, who is one of our community sponsors, who's helping us with our virtual event platform. And so Chris, do you want to jump on here, share more about Borja Virtual, what the experience is like in terms of the virtual event platform? Now, Chris and I have known each other for, has it been like 10 years now almost, or 9 years? So we've known each other for a long time. Chris always gets it, in terms of community impact and collaborating and all that. So definitely appreciate Chris Borja and the Borja team, involved in this. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Good. Thank you. And thank you for all you do.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
So a little bit about what we do with Borja Virtual. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit distracted today because we're actually setting up for an event here. I'll turn my camera on. You can see what we're doing. Actually, it's kind of cool because you can see in action. This is a hybrid event that we're doing here, and then this is what we have set up for the nonprofit appreciation week. So you can see that each one of these tables represents an actual virtual table, which simulates what you would have in a banquet hall like this. But instead, you would be meeting with virtual. Each one of these tables would have a table. Each one of those tables has an individual video chat with people at your table. So you see Naveen over at this table, you can go click on that and have a conversation there. You can mouse over all of the different icons and see see who's in the event with you. So it's really good for networking, really creating community and connections. So we enjoy coming alongside with nonprofits and helping them come up with ways and creative ways to continue generating funds through events virtually, as well as in a hybrid format where they have some in person and they have some joining online as well. And we help them with everything from, creating the event, creating an engaging run of show agenda to where it's fun for the people to attend. It's not just a live stream that people may or may not be paying attention. Our goal is to get people to be leaning up front at the front of their chair and leaning in and being active, a participant in the whole process, so that when there is a call to action, people actually do it because they've been part of the whole program. So we work with organizations to do that, including different ways to raise funds through that. So, through sponsorships and raffles and auctions, live and silent auctions, all those ways that they're used to, we can help them with that. And also we can do it at significantly lower cost in most cases compared to the in-person. So we can do just virtual, or we can do hybrid, just like what you see us doing here, where it's a combination of both. But our goal is really to just make it come alive for all of the participants and help the organizations get results.
Thanks, Chris. And so, when folks go on the platform, they enter the networking room, right? So, it's a pretty awesome experience. I've been on a number of events that, Chris has put on. I actually have one Thursday night, right? I think there's a nonprofit gala Thursday night that I'll be attending that Board Hop Virtual is leading. So, like we mentioned in the beginning, it's a great chance with all of our virtual events, the opportunity not only to hear from these awesome local nonprofit leaders, but also to be able to, connect with other people that are on that event, network, you can talk one-on-one with folks. And so it's a pretty cool platform that Board Hop Virtual is helping us with. So definitely, as Chris mentioned, I think, even as we go forward, hopefully, fully past everything going on nowadays, like fully past the pandemic, we don't know where we are yet, right? I think many of us, but once we get even fully past, I think, hybrid events are here to stay. And I think, it allows us to open up to a bigger audience, right? I think not only just live, but like folks that may be out of town, it's a cool way to engage with the folks out of town. So appreciate it, Chris. I don't know, Taylor, was there anything else we had questions around the platform, Chris? No? Anything else, Chris, before? Good
No,
luck
that's
with the
it.
event today.
Yep, looking forward to next week.
Yeah, a couple weeks, right?
Next week. Yeah, so looking forward to it and excited to just be part of it. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, and always have a good event today.
Thank you.
All right, see you. All right. And our last sponsor that I didn't mention because I don't want to mention it too much is Outreach, which is a company I lead. So I don't really mention it too much, but Outreach, obviously, Small Biz Cares kind of being born out of the same office. We're obviously super happy to help take the lead on this event and all the work being done behind it. So that's about it. That's all I'll say about that. I think that was it, right? I think we do have a question, right, Taylor? Online.
So how can people help and spread the word and support Nonprofit Week?
You want to take that one, Taylor?
Sure, absolutely. So if you go to back on our website, if you haven't registered for the live panel sessions, there's a button to do so, and that will go ahead and register for you the entire week. And leading up to the week, you'll get an email that'll have a link to the event. And of course, as we talked about earlier with Chris Borja, it's going to be on the Remit platform. So it's a great way to be able to check out the panel, hear from our nonprofit leaders, and connect with our audience and both our small business and big business leadership and everyone who's attending, and also our nonprofit leaders participating. And we'll also share the link the day of the event to make sure if anyone didn't get a chance to register, you'll be able to do so and jump on. It's really easy. And then of course, sign up for the walkathon. We do have options to donate to Fund a Fridge, both on the walkathon page as well as registration for the virtual panels. They are, it is free to register for those. And then, get the word out, share with your friends, post it on social media with your colleagues. This is just a great way to be able to say thank you in the season of giving to our local nonprofits, especially through the giving page. Not only will we have, you have the opportunity to donate directly to the participating nonprofits, but also all of our nonprofit partners that we've worked with in the past. We want to make sure that we recognize them. And I would love to have every nonprofit in Columbus and that we've worked with on the panels. That it's just not something that we're able to do, but we want to say thank you and make sure that they are not forgotten as well. And then if we want to open up to any questions on the Facebook live feed. Libby, Libby, one of our board members asked, who should attend the event? Naveen, if you want to take that.
Yeah, so honestly, this is an interesting question because obviously anybody can attend, right? And so we obviously want, whatever you do, whether you work for a business, whether you're running your own business, whether you're an individual who wants to get more involved in the community, really anybody can attend. I think probably there's different reasons why you might participate, right? And so we want folks who are looking for more ways to give back, come and attend, some of the panels, get to know some of these organizations. They're going to share some really tangible ways on how you can get involved with their organizations as well. And so that's a great way if you want to really get more involved and haven't figured out how. That's great. If you want to learn more about what's happening in the community, because a lot of these conversations can really talk about these issues. And, when we did this last year, we had, a lot of talk obviously around the pandemic and because that was it was, I think last July where we were only 4 months in. And so obviously all these organizations were going through significant challenges, shifting with their work, a lot of community issues they're dealing with. And so, if you want to learn more about kind of how things are going now, right, a year later, as we kind of shift things and, where they're still seeing the needs in the community, that, you should definitely attend. If you want to connect with like-minded folks, right, folks that are really all about giving back, businesses, individuals that really feel like, hey, these are my people, right? And that's how I say it. My people are the people that, want to do good. And so that is a great place to be, right? It's a great place to be on these events and kind of connect with those folks. So yeah, it really doesn't matter what it is, connecting with folks, giving back, learning about the issues that face our community. Those are all the main reasons, I think that anybody should attend. And so, we're obviously, open to everyone and all to be able to attend. And that's why, I think if you decide to attend, definitely share with other folks, because I can guarantee you that there's, for almost everybody out there, there's got to be one good reason to be able to, recognize these organizations, get more involved, and show that love to all the nonprofits here in our community. Taylor, any more thoughts on that?
No, I think you brought up a really great point about looking at the pandemic. I'm sure not only have the needs probably shifted in some really great ways, we wanted to really focus on critical causes in the community in the last couple of years. So the needs they've grown, they've shifted, but also how to get involved and how to support your nonprofits is I think most nonprofits have had to make huge shifts and how to still, allow our volunteers an opportunity to be a big part of the cause. I know we have as well, Small Biz Cares. So it's a really great opportunity to see, how we adapted, how our nonprofits adapted, and what does volunteering look like today. So we're just super excited to have everybody on board. I hope everyone will join us on November 15th, which, Naveen, it's National Philanthropy Day, right? So it's a great kickoff to the week. We're just thankful for all of our sponsors and everyone who joined us today. Steve, thank you so much for your team and everything you're doing with Fund a Fridge. We're thrilled to be able to support the project, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to support you guys further in the future. I'd love to set up some sort of a volunteer event where we can do like a build out or a beautification of one of the fridge sites once we get those off the ground and running. So everybody stay on the lookout for that. We'll be sure to share that information if we're able to set that up.
Thank you guys for this.
Naveen,
This is wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Steve. Naveen, if you have anything else, you want to close this out?
No, I guess, just thank you to everybody on here, all of our partners and sponsors and everybody who's kind of watching online. We'll publish this, to be able to, if you missed this live stream, we'll publish this online so you can kind of get a look at it again and kind of get a feel for the week. And yeah, any questions, I guess you can reach out to us at columbus@smallbizcares.org. If you want to get more involved in Small Biz Cares overall, or, learn more about, the Nonprofit Appreciation Week. Thanks again, Better Business Bureau, for being our presenting partner on this event. And to, I think on the call, AHOLA, HW & Co, Borja Virtual, Columbus Foundation, and then, CYP Club, who also is one of our partners as well. Then also our Small Biz Cares board team, I got to give them a shout out to, of course, for being supporting sponsors on the week, and as well for all the great work. Obviously every nonprofit, that's going to be on our panels and that are out there understands that having a strong board is super, super important to be able to take organizations forward and provide leadership and support. And so I want to thank our board team for supporting the week. And just for all the work they do for us for Small Biz Cares too. So that's my appreciation right there. All right. Cool. Any last words from anybody on the call here? No, I think we're done. We're done 5 minutes early. Look at that. We make it happen. We make it happen.
Have
All
a
right.
great day, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Let's give one wave real quick before we go. Hold on. One wave. All right. I took a little picture, by the way, just letting you guys
I had
know.
a feeling that's what was happening.
Yeah. All right. We got,
Have a great day, everybody.
We got Chris's headshot there. That's good. He looks professional. All right.
Thanks
It
again,
was so
guys.
happy.
Thanks,
Take care,
everyone.
everyone.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.